In this video, we will be finishing out Chapter 15, Section 3, Analyzing and Recording Cash Payments. So what we're referring to here is whenever cash is leaving the business, how is that analyzed? How is it recorded? Here are the few key terms we'll be looking at: premium, FOBs, and banking fees. Here is a checklist or a process that can be followed when cash payments are being made. We'll take a look at each of these steps, but it starts with proper authorization. Before payment is made, it has to usually go through the accounting department. They say that if money is the blood of the company, then the accounting department is the heart, because all the money has to flow through the accounting department before it exit the business. So proper authorization, writing check on payment, pre-numbered checks, and then what about the voided checks? So let's look at one cash payment, and it's referring to insurance. Every organization out there has insurance in one way or another for something, depending on what it is. And they have to pay a premium. And the premium can be paid in multiple ways. It can be paid monthly, it can be paid every quarter, semi-annually, or annually. And the premium is the amount of money that the company is purchasing from the insurance company to cover its policy throughout the time that's in the policy. Let's look at a cash payment when it comes to making a purchase. So in this example, we have Fastlane Athletics, starting line purchase merchandise from Fastlane. What does that look like when they write a check? Well, it's actually quite simple in the General Journal. We have one of the accounts called purchases, and then we have cash and bank. And we're familiar with cash and bank. And since we're writing a check for it, it's as if we're paying in cash. And so we're going to take that directly out of cash and bank and have the check number. Now, recording cash payments for items purchased on account. What does that look like? So instead of doing a direct payment by cash, what about if it's on account? When the purchases, we're adding the purchase to our inventory, would obviously be on debit, and then purchase discounts, we would then put that onto the credit side of the discounts. If you take a look at page 433, you'll be able to see some more visuals of this scenario. Now, there's an important thing that has to be understood prior to the supplier sending the inventory to the company that's making the purchase. Who's paying for shipping? There's FOB destination and FOB shipping point. FOB is referring to free on board. Free on board. So if it's FOB destination, the supplier is the one responsible to pay for the shipping. If it's FOB shipping point, this means that the buyer is the one responsible for purchasing taking care of the shipping for this. Destination supplier, shipping point is the buyer. Let's look at another example here of a business transaction. So how do you record if you're the buyer and you are, as the term mentioned, shipping point, you're responsible to pay for it? What does that look like in the General Journal? Well, we actually have an account called Transportation In. Transportation In is designed to talk about and record transactions that are dealt with when they're coming to the different paying for the transportation that is there. So as you can see here, Transportation In, $275 is marked in the debit, and cash and bank is taken out because you don't get shipping on account. You pay that directly with a payment. This next one, bank charges are a bank card fee. And what you can't really see it behind here. I'll move my transaction. But if you take a look at this, we see that banks charge a bank card fee for handling bank card sales slips. So it's just a way for the bank to make some additional money by charging a bank card fee. So how is that fee then recorded into the General Journal? Well, we actually have an expense lined up for this one, and it's known as a bank card fee expense. And in that fee, it's just a collection of every time we use this card, these fees are collected. And then it comes directly out of cash and bank. Again, we don't put a bank card fee on account, it comes directly out of cash and bank. And here's further details on a bank card fee. Again, every time you use the card for a certain transaction, it's being charged a fee. Now, one example here I would want to take a look at here is referring to this one here. And I want us to make sure we really understand the details when it comes to providing a discount for paying a invoice early. So we have here February 5th, $2,900. We have a vendor offering terms to us, 2% discount within the first 10 days, net 30, total 30 days. We paid on February 15th, so we get the discount. So what do we have here is a total amount of cash payment of $2,900. We would calculate 2% of $2,900, which is $58, and then we'd find out that the amount of check that is owned is $2,842. Now, which accounts are debited and credited? Accounts payable is debited. Vendor subsidiary account, remember we looked at this before under accounts payable, also debit. Purchase discounts, credit, and cash in bank, credit as well. So just make sure you're familiar with these terminology, this discount that's offered in the net 30. This is the end of chapter 15, section 3.